Hi, everyone, and welcome. I am Joanne Yo, founder of Animal Communication Insights and author of Conversations with Companions. I'm so excited to share with you something special today. We are launching 2 new digital card decks that are all about helping you connect better with your pets and animal companions. First, let me tell you about the Animal Communication Conversations cards. This 62 card deck has a bunch of questions divided into curiosity, concern, and contemplation categories. They are designed to help pet parents, animal communication enthusiasts, animal lovers move beyond the same old questions and dive deeper into meaningful conversations with their pets and animal companions. Then we have the Animal Communication Deep Speak cards. This 44 card deck is all about encouraging intuitive communication without worrying about getting the right answers. Whether you're just starting out or have been communicating with animals for a while, these cards will help you practice and explore in a fun and creative way. Today, I am thrilled to be chatting with members in my community who are involved in the creation of these card decks. And we will be discussing some of the surprising and meaningful insights that they have gained through animal communication. We'll also talk about how these cards help take the pressure off and make communicating more creative, and how they can help anyone who's feeling stuck or unsure about where to start. Let's welcome Carol Joy and dive into this exciting conversation. Thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoy our chat. Welcome, Carol Joy. Please, could you introduce yourself and tell us who your featured animals are in the Deep Speak cards deck?
Hi, Joanne. I'm Carol Joy, and I'm the parent of Max and Guinness in the card deck. My background before the animal communication is teaching science, teaching maths, counselling, and from those very logical, brain-led professions, really, this is where I am at the moment. In my retirement, I'm exploring animal communication, and I am gaining so much from it. My dog's Max is in spirit. He liked his freedom. And Guinness, I think, channels Max because he's been the same. But Guinness is now old man. He has different priority in his life, but he still does what he wants.
How does it feel to yourself have the background of being a teacher, and now your animals are also teachers, because we refer to them as animal teachers in our Deep Speak community. So tell us a little bit about how did you happen to come across Pierre Dad and myself, and how did you join our group?
I was in another group and I met another lady who she offered like a taster session of animal communication. And I just thought, oh, that sounds interesting. So I had a 20-minute session with Guinness, and it just sparked this interest of, wow, what is this? And then I had a look around and I found a video on YouTube about a black leopard called Diablo at the time, who was in a sanctuary. And his story, it just touched me. And again, I was, wow. And then got your Joanne's name from the lady. Your approach to animal communication is one that I used when I was at my best in my teaching, I think. It's about growing people, not one size fits all. I'm loving it.
That's good to hear. So you sound like somebody who likes to consider things and make sure that it's right for you, that it's something that if you were to invest your time and explore, then it's got to be right in the sense of you want to enjoy it, but also you want to work with people who can inspire you? Because I think as a teacher yourself, you must have inspired many in your lifetime. Would you say that it's within the Deep Speak community that come across the way that Piedad and I like to encourage us to check with the animals what questions they want to ask? Because it's so easy for us to be the ones shouting all the questions at our animals. What do you want? What's your favorite toy? Where do you want to walk? Or what's wrong with you? Or are you in pain? So would you say that's coming into Deep Speak approach, that you learned that animals do want to choose their own topics of conversations?
Oh, yeah. Yes, very much so. It was a very gradual process, because right at the beginning, when I knew nothing, you're looking, because you're used to the way courses have worked, is tell me how to do it. And it wasn't like that at all. And initially, the communications were very, call them straightforward, what ball do you like? That, like you just said, is my pet okay? Why are they reactive? Why are they not eating? But even along those lines, I think the first sense of it all being so much more is that you ask a question and you have an expectation, and there's an answer that you couldn't have predicted, couldn't have thought of, and it's really left field. And I just thought of an example was some sheep. It was a group of 3 sheep were taking the horse's food. And so in preparing myself, I was thinking, oh, taste, smell, have they not got enough? Do they not like what they've got? Prepare myself. And then when it came to it, nothing, none of that. No. It was fun. They were having some fun. They were teasing the horse, and they were getting a lot of fun out of teasing this. Was because they had loads of fresh grass, loads of food. It was all a bit of fun. And so that, what? And then that you get a lot more, I had a lot more introductions to when it was way off what we could have expected. And then taking the lead from the animals by you and Piedad saying, what do you want to talk about? We've done a lot of that, and it just opens everything up so much. And it gives the animals an opportunity to teach us in places we've never gone before. And that, again, has just been amazing, because they have so much insight, wisdom beyond what we have. It's a much bigger, marvelous, magical world by letting the animals lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And we love the magic. And I appreciate that you may have a scientific background. However, science and magic, I think they're supposed to go together, depending on our perspective. Thinking about somebody who may not have perhaps found animal communication to be easy, that they may feel pressure. Is this something that you can relate to in your, either early days of animal communication or even now? And how do you think, so it's a 2-part question really. So something about your experience with any struggles, but how could these Deep Speak cards with the featured animals, for example, yours, Max and Spirit and Guinness, how can they help by the fact that they've brought the questions to Piedad and myself to co-create for others to communicate with them about?
I think if you've got just a straightforward questions, you've just got a limited set of answers. It's like having closed questions, whereas it makes it more open questions that they just take the pressure off getting it right or wrong, because when they're so open and there's so much, that there isn't a wrong. It's more exploratory and creative, and they use your imagination. I keep finding the animals find something for you. They find something that relates to you for your bit of imagination. So yes, it takes off self-imposed limits and makes it limitless.
So you're a fan, the imagination coming to play in animal communication, because often we can hear people and myself have been through there, where we put pressure on ourselves by thinking or feeling that imagination isn't right. I shouldn't be imagining this. What if I made this up?
I can't say I've never had that. And, the doubts of, oh, come on. And the old logical mind. But when you keep having those experiences, yeah, we should be using our imagination. I mean, I'm dipping somewhere deep, and I'm sure Einstein said you've got to have lots of imagination to get to places. We'd never figure out the factual stuff if we didn't use our creativity and imagination.
I like that, Carol. I like that very much. So now imagine somebody who has decided they've researched and read up all about the Deep Speak cards deck, and they decided to take the plunge, and they're coming to the card deck and they're shuffling the deck, and they come across Max, Spirit, and Guinness cards, and they see the questions, and then they go, I don't know what to do now. What would your advice be?
I would play. That sets the intention that you are playing, and be light and be relaxed. And this is what I say to myself every time: take yourself out of the way, which is it's a little phrase, but that can be the hardest thing to do if you've been locked in your mind. And be open and set aside your expectations, set aside yourself, and be playful. And that takes the pressure off. And I just think the animals will surprise and delight you. And what surprised me all the time was the development I got for me. I'm getting personal development out of this because I'm getting messages that are relevant. That was a big surprise. And then, along with something the parents wants to know about, you'll get a message for them. Care for yourself as much as you care for us was a message I got from animals. I've been told by a bird that I should listen to Guinness because he's got wisdom for me. And you're going, okay. And I've been told by Guinness that breaking my leg last year was for me to take time out to go inside. Okay. And then I've been taken on a journey by a cat. I don't know what I call it, meditation, journeying. That was great. And another bird gave me a sort of spiritual message that was just, wow. It was everything I believe in but haven't experienced. It opens everything up. Our amazing teachers.
Thank you so much for the reminder to play, to be playful when we're communicating with animals. Animals don't mark us as right or wrong.
No.
We can sense if let's say our question may not mean anything to them, because we'll get that kind of like that silence that we can sense perhaps that it hasn't hit home, what we want to ask them. And we certainly know when we've hit upon a topic of conversation that is something that they really enjoy, because we've had our own experiences and lots of stories from other people whereby the information just starts flowing in. It's like you say, be playful and be surprised and allow yourself experience something outside of what you already know. I think that is the magic of animal communication. So go back to the start of your animal communication learning and development. If you had the Deep Speak cards then, what difference would it have made to your learning? Would it have been a useful tool?
I think it would have been. I think I could have played lightly in little portions on my own, because when I joined this, I had no experience.
So somebody at the beginning of their animal communication journey, or somebody who's actually been on the journey for quite some time, but feel as if they've come to a bit of a halt. Would you say that these deep speak cards and the animal teachers on them will help to bring something new to them?
Yeah, they will open up more. Even if you're feeling stuck, they'll open something up. But I even think experienced people will open up some more. I keep getting play, freedom, and this opening up to more, to the vastness of what is out there and that we will never know.
So opening up to more. So the
Yes.
deep speak cards, if you choose to come into our community, then that's what these animal teachers in the deep speak cards will help us to do, to just be open, to play and be light in our energy.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Carol Joy, for sharing your experiences and insights. It's been wonderful hearing about your journey with the Deep Speak cards and the community.